bastard, get up there. Ah. Oh, hey guys. Quick question. Do these leggings make my butt look big? Honest opinion. Hello my brothers and sisters of the Order, welcome back to the Order. I'm Celtic Templar, and yes, as you can see from the video, we are actually going to be doing male leggings, which this part I actually I decided to get. Now, if in case you all don't realize, this is from Lords of Battles, yes, its entire gear. But you got to get all this separately for some weird reason, which I don't know why, because you would think that there would be a massive bundle in it. Now, the male I bought, it's approximately nearly 300 bucks, so yeah, that's actually how much those cost. And these male leggings are incredibly awesome, but let's actually go for the overview for the entire gear set. For one, let's go to the male. The male is dome-riveted for, in other words, it has a riveted link for being of a dome rivet. Then there would actually be its ring type would actually be of a flat ring, and this is the bad boy right here, or one of them. And of which these already come blackened, so you don't need to have them specially ordered or whatever. And in which it's made out of mild steel, and it's 6mm. The gauge is between 18 to 16 gauge, but on the charts it says something else, which I don't know why, which makes no sense. But yeah. Now, these come in the medium and large size, which this is pretty much the only size they got. Its overall length is 50, and that's from the belt loop down to its foot. Literally, it actually has a foot design to protect your foot, which I like that. But I'm going to have to get different type of shoes to work this with, or work with something from a piece of leather and attach to the very end for this to fit in my shoe, especially if I'm probably going to be doing the high medieval period, so yeah. But as well, its length from the belt to the ankle, or belt loop to the ankle, would actually be around, I think it was 41 inches, I believe it was. Yeah, 41 inches. And its weight is around 17 and 0.8 ounces. So 17 pounds and 0.8 ounces. That's a lot of weight. At least it's lighter than the plate armor, if you ask me. But then as well, there's also the padded belt that you also have to buy for this to work, because, well, you're going to need something to hold this thing up. And no, you don't normally use leather belts. However, there are different designs of arming belts like this. In fact, Teutonic Penguin actually did his armor video a while back. So yeah, and as well, the same thing goes with male. There are different versions on how they are manufactured and made. In fact, sometimes they're fully enclosed, sometimes you have to tie them around, sometimes they're this or that. It's confusing, I know. But yeah, the padded belt, it goes through large to double extra large, and it's from like 40.25 to 47.75 inches. So that's actually a very good size. Now I got mine, I believe, in the large, so yeah. And even it was still a bit of the problem. In fact, I had to get it tighter for my waist, due to the fact I had to put this up to my belly area to where it would be perfect to holding the male. And if none of y'all understand, this is a lot harder than it looks. So yeah. Now, the padded leggings. Now, these are somewhat hard to get on, but they are worth it. These padded leggings are of 34 inches overall length. Its thigh opening is around, I want to say, 23 inches, and as well the ankle is 15 inches. Now, also with these little ties, you also have to get these separately, which come in different designs. However, I only went with these because these were the only thing I could afford, found at the time, because they ran out a lot. Now, you might also want to tie these leggings down, because as you can see in the video, I had to tie the leggings down onto my knee and my ankle to make sure that they stay put. Because a little while ago, before I did the video, they kept slipping and sliding and such, so I had to fix it. So yeah, in fact, you might want to sit down when you actually start doing this and such, because you got to pull this stuff all the way up, and it's not easy. Now, what I had to do though was lay down for it to properly work. So yeah, but also to the fact that here's the thing, my legs, because what I did is I did it right around the knee or above the knee, and here's the thing. For it to be a perfect tie when I'm not wearing the padding and such, it should be like around here, that much. But I had to add a lot more to have this work, and that's a lot. So, yeah, in fact, I just took this from regular old tie leather and such, from old boots, that of which I no longer need, and which the leather cord is somehow still workable. So, yeah. So, in truth, you can see why I like these. Now, the tying around the feet, that was the hard part, and it kind of hurt a little because I wasn't wearing my normal shoes, nor was I wearing any footwear underneath. But in truth, however, I was exactly wearing this. I was technically just putting these for a review, not doing the armor up video yet. So yeah, now I hear maybe already Templar, when the hell are you going to wear this? I might actually start wearing it maybe when I do my Crusader armor, especially during the time of the High Medieval period, such as we see in history, and most of the time I'm mostly a foot soldier guy. However, I think I might need these for Templar Knight. So yeah, not going to be my favorite cup of tea. But yeah, how do I rate these? Overall, pretty awesome. Now, man, these were a pain to put on by yourself. In fact, literally, it took me like about half an hour to an hour and such to put this entire thing on. Now, as I said, with the foot, you're probably gonna have to buy a foot like type of shoe wear like this, that of which has that hole design, that of which you could put well, a cord of leather through. Now, I hear many of you already, Templar, just use your old ones. I don't want to destroy those because I still want to use them for something else. So, yeah. Because if many of y'all don't realize, I'm Norse Celtic Catholic, so I believe in going to Valhalla in death. So, yeah. Would I add these to my Valhalla kit? Maybe. Because I'm not much of the armor on leg guy. I'm the Viking Raider type. I'm the Celtic warrior. I like light, pretty much like light. Try saying this 5 times fast. I like light armor. You see my point of how it's not that easy. But yeah. But yeah, pretty much though, the mail is incredibly long, and I might need to get rid of the belt loop just to make it easier for me to tie it down, because literally that's how hard it is to keep this thing up. And literally, and as well, the it doesn't help the fact that I also have to wear the padded arming legs for the in the size, and it was a little bit of a problem, especially when I was trying to crouch down. Was the problem, because as soon as I was starting to crouch, what happened was it doesn't want you to do so, and it feels like as though it's a pinching feeling, but it's not much of a pinching feeling. Still though, how would I rate these? Incredible. Now, I got these at the same type of gauge of steel, and still the same manufacturer as my hauberk, if none of y'all remember, which is the one I normally use, because I don't know why. I like this, you know. I still don't know why this is labeled as like 20 or to 22 gauge steel, which makes no sense, because this is actually of a 16 gauge variety. Because if this was that gauge of steel, I would have easily just been able to rip it apart. But no, this mail is incredibly strong. In fact, it has to be. Especially seeing as though I was trying to pull it up my legs for about an hour just to get it on right. But how does it work going downstairs? Slightly good. I don't have a video on it yet, but maybe when it comes to my armor up videos, so yeah. But in truth of the matter, I am mostly never actually a leg armor guy unless it comes to this, because I don't know why. When it comes to male armor, I'm a sucker for it, because it is this beautiful, it is this awesome, and it's been used for over hundreds of 1,000 years for a good amount of reasons. In fact, it's pretty much used during the first Iron Age. The Celts were the ones who manufactured it, and of which it was later used by the Romans, and as well as some historians even state by the Chinese, which, in truth, the male armor was used throughout Eurasia, and probably in parts of Africa. However, it depends. In fact, Carthage used it, sometimes the Egyptians used it, the Greeks, the barbarians, such as the Saxons, the Jutes, the Angles, the Lombards, you get the whole point. As well as sometimes even the Huns, the Mongols. The Japanese even had their own version, but however, that was copied by the 15 and 1400s, or I want to say 15 to 1600s, by the time firearms started to come around in Europe, making male armor somewhat obsolete. However, it was still being used as a protector for the armpits and such, especially for would-be assassins. And in fact, mail was still somewhat being used even when plate armor was still being used around in history. And even the Vikings would have also used it. In fact, we can understand why medieval people still use this armor for such a long amount of time. However, it was extremely expensive. In fact, as I said, this is nearly at $300. In fact, it's only 5 cents from being $300. Yeah. But would I recommend this? Yes, I would recommend this. But you got to actually get the correct measurements and all that to get this correct. Otherwise, you're because literally what was happening most of the time, what was happening is that the ties that were on my knees or above my knees kept slipping downward. So I found out that I didn't have it tight enough around the belt. So I had to tighten the belt so tight I couldn't exactly exhale so much. But yeah, you can see why I still love these form of armor. Which, I don't know why. I'm a medieval guy, so yeah. But would I recommend this as a good armor? Yes. Now, I heard many of you already, but Templar, didn't you have that axe testing video when you did a review on the Templar type of axe? Yes, but in truth, if you don't even understand, an axe blow is near identical to that of a great sword, or in this case, if an axe, for example, has been fully sharpened enough, like that one was, and in truth, if you can easily whack at somebody, what can happen is you can easily just cut through mail sometimes. However, with swords, it was slightly impossible. In fact, swords had a major problem. In fact, they couldn't exactly cut through mail, but they could stab through mail if it had a taper point, which is why I still love mail, because it's been used for so long throughout the history. Now, though, in truth, I do actually want to probably armor myself up with this, but not right now, due to the fact I probably actually wasted, because literally it took me an hour to put this on, and if I put on my entire full mail kit, it will probably take me another 2 hours. So, yeah, you can see of how long it would take to get a knight armored up if he was by himself. But that's why a medieval knight was hardly ever by himself. Now, who would have actually been able to afford this type of armor? Well, knights, most certainly. However, sometimes I have heard that Templar or foot sergeants, for example, or like a Templar foot sergeant or a regular sergeant during the medieval combat, they would have actually somehow managed to have bought these in order to be used for self-defense. And somehow, actually, they managed to buy them because they were not exactly serfs. In fact, there's a huge difference, don't you understand, between a peasant soldier and a citizen soldier, which, huge difference. Just want to put that out there because there's the man-at-arms and then there's peasant soldiers. Huge difference. In fact, I'll leave a link down below for the peasant soldier kit, so that way you can see my point, because they hardly had any form of weaponry or armor. So, yeah. But, yeah. In truth of the matter, I will hopefully be doing this for the High Medieval period, but in truth, this is so dang heavy, I probably might need to do a workout with this. Because, as y'all remember, I'm not the guy that likes to, well, because, you know, there's an old medieval saying that you have to run a mile a day in your heavy mail armor. And that even means these bad boys. Yeah, you can just imagine that the knight will probably be jacked if he was running around this. Because, as I said, this weighs around 17 pounds and 0.8 ounces. So if we put the calculation in there, he's pretty much just running a mile a day in this stuff. Now, if none of y'all understand how heavy that is, here's the thing. Just imagine how heavy this would be. Like, I don't know if there are any weightlifters in this, watching this video, or if there are any bodybuilders or something like that. Here's a link, buy something like this, and you'll see how jacked your legs will end up looking. Because, in truth, it is very hard to run in this stuff when you first try it on. However, you do get used to it. The thing is, I prefer this rather than plate, because plate is slightly heavier than mail. I don't know why. It just feels that way to me. But yeah, most of the weight, though, will be somewhat distributed on your hips somewhat as soon as you tighten it correctly. But I have heard some people haven't done it correctly and in the process wonder why it also takes their pants down. I'm not kidding. There are actually people out there that don't realize you don't hook it on your normal belt, because literally I'm wearing this belt right here. You don't put mail on this. You want to put it on something like this around your waist. So yeah, but as you could see in the video, I was doing pretty much the entire body, both legs, but literally that's actually how hard it was to keep them and put them on. So yeah, you can see how hard this was. Oh yeah. Anyways, guys, hopefully you liked this video. Let me know down in the comments below if you want me to review any type of arms and armor in history. And as well, hopefully I'll see y'all in the next videos. And in fact, also check out our Facebook, because we also talk about more in forums in history. And also leave some funny memes for y'all. But hopefully y'all can actually catch me probably this week, probably the weekend, because I will be doing a armor up video. I'm still thinking either Gallaglass or House Carl. I'm still thinking on it. So yeah, anyways guys, hopefully see you all in the next one, and hopefully y'all can stay tuned for more. Anyways guys, it's been Dan Polar. Have a nice day.